Hello guys, welcome to this my YouTube channel, and today I have a new topic, yeah, a new course that we should work together. It's a life skill, very important, yeah. And our topic today is about how to study computers by yourself and be a computer genius. How to study computer by yourself, or how to learn computer by yourself and become a computer genius. How to learn computer by yourself and be a computer genius. That you can study computers by yourself without necessarily going for computer classes anywhere. Yeah, and by doing that you just become very good computer person. You actually become a genius. You become a specialist by only studying by yourself. Yeah, technology is mostly about computing, much of technology comes about through computing. There are so many computing gadgets. There are so many information communication technology devices around us, ranging from computers like desktop computers or laptops or tablets themselves, yeah, which needs us to have that knowledge of technology, of using computers, of computing, yeah. And you find that many people do not have that computer knowledge or computer basics. And it is becoming like a must that at least everyone to have that knowledge of using computing gadgets. Computing gadgets like phones, that is mobile phones, telecommunication devices, like laptops, like tablets, yeah, like desktop computers, laptops, different operating systems like Linux, like Windows, like Android. It's becoming, or it's a reality that you need to understand or to know how to use them if you would want to survive, especially in these days. It is very important of you to know them. You might not have that passionate in technology or in computing or in business and computing or in computing business. But the reality is, whether you like it or not, you need a little bit of that knowledge to keep you surviving, especially in the daily, in nowadays world. And for this reason, um, you find that it is necessary of everyone, it is a necessity for everyone to at least have the knowledge in computing. In the same understanding, I've come to look around and found that I have so many friends and foes. I have so many people around me. There are so many people in the society who are not able to afford or even to get time to go for computer classes to acquire the knowledge about computing. As much as it is an importance, it is important. Maybe they are busy in their jobs to get time to go and study computing. Maybe they don't have the capacity to go for classes, maybe because they are poor. Some are ignorant for classes. some are disabled, others are just lazy. And for this reason, I found it important to put this across that you do not necessarily need to go for computer classes to become a specialist. You can study computers by yourself. You can learn computers by yourself and find yourself becoming a specialist, a genius, a computer guru, just by doing it yourself. And for that reason is why we have this our class today. That for you to be able to study computers by yourself, or if you decide that you will do it by yourself, then these are just but a few basic requirements that can enable you to have that together knowledge, become a specialist, become knowledgeable, become a genius, become a guru in computing, and even to some extent be ahead of those who have gone for those classes in the best of colleges, in the best of universities, in the best of tertiary education institutions. By following these few guidelines, by having the passion, by making the decision that, number one, if you want to study computers by yourself and become a specialist in it, you need to look for and read a beginner's books. Reading beginner's books helps in filling gaps in your knowledge. You can also do this by browsing over beginners' websites, blogs, vlogs, and social media platforms. Beginners' books are like the books which gives introduction into computing. Beginners' websites are the websites or the online platforms that have set out guidelines on introduction into computing. Vlogs are video blogs, video articles, video clips that talk about introduction or the basics in computing. Same like in social media platforms. It could be a social media platform like Facebook, like Instagram, yeah, like Twitter, like blogs, like websites that talks about introduction into computing. These platforms, be it books, be it blogs, be it vlogs, be it social media platforms, they talks about the basic terms, basic terminologies in computing. Don't ignore that. If you want to become a computer specialist, it is important of you to know basics. Like for example, what's a computer? You need to be able to define what a computer is or what technology is. What information communication technology is, that is ICT. What business computing is. You need to know the definition about it. You need to be able to tell what it is about. These basic terminologies helps you when you advance to be able to know, to be able to understand. If you come across a certain terminology being used at an advanced stage, you can at least think or refer back and know what it refers to. What is desktop? What is a folder in computing? What is a file? What is data? What is information in computing? What is block in computing? So that you don't start from top, and when you reach a stage and then these terms are used, you are floating, you don't understand what it means. It helps you because to get to know the basic understandings, because these are the terms which will be used over and over again. In fact, in the entire class, in the entire time of your computing or in technology, when you are pursuing the technology, it's these terms which will be used over and over again, though may be used at different scenarios, but it is what is will be used over and over again. It is what will be referred to over and over again as you advance. It's just more knowledge that will be being added into them, so that you expound your knowledge on what these terminologies refer to or what they are capable of doing for you. So it is very important for you to visit these blogs, to read these beginners books from libraries, from online platforms, so that you get to understand them, so that at any given time when somebody talks of data, you are able to know it is the raw information. It's information at its raw form, which has not been processed to give that final information, um, uh, which every user is able to read and understand or get to know what it is about. So that is very important. Then number two, learn the names and terminologies in hardware and software used in computing. Know how these parts work and relate to one another. Yeah, the parts, like for example, the parts of a computer, so that when we talk of a monitor, you know what we are talking about. When we talk of the processor, you know what we are talking about. When we talk of the system unit, you know what we're talking about. Keyboard, you understand. Mouse, you understand. Yeah. When we talk of, for example, data, you know what it is. Folder, file. Get to know these hardware parts and software parts. Get to know when we talk of operating system or OS, what is it about? So when you get to understand the different parts of a computer, either hardware or software, when you get to understand what each part refers or each term refers to, then you are in a position to grow well in your computing knowledge. You are in a position to understand very well, uh, even when you advance, uh, what these terminologies or the relationship between these terminologies, and be able to relate everything. Even for this best of the specialists, being in architecture, being in engineering, they study basics, because basics is what gives you the foundation of what you will learn at an advanced stage. Then point number three, or item number three that you should have in mind, if you want to become a computer specialist, if you want to become a computer guru by learning yourself, something you can do by yourself and get to understand and get to become a specialist is try out the latest technology in place from a computer store. Try out different random access memories, that is RAM, CPU brands and speeds at different screen resolutions. Yeah, latest technology. Yeah, if you want to become a computer specialist, if you want to learn and become very efficient in computing by yourself, you need to keep up with the latest technology. because technology is changing every day. It's only the other day when we were not having the smartphones, we were having the button phones, yeah, the kamwizi, though they are still in place. Nowadays we have phones, touch phones, Androids, iPhones, because technology is evolving. We have tablets, we have um uh, uh, we have laptops, yeah, we have different softwares. Earlier on, we had computers which could fill a room like this one here. Those are the kind of computers we had, which could be operated by many people at the same time. I mean, needed many people to operate at the same time, for it to operate. Nowadays, we have standalones, we have desktops, we have laptops, which you can even automate, and they do most of the things by themselves, which you can just operate. Very tiny but very powerful. Softwares, different of them. We have Mac OS, we have Windows, we have Linux, we have Android, which were not in place as at that time. So technology is evolving every other day. And so if you want to become a specialist in computing, if you want to become knowledgeable in computing, one of the things you need to do is keep up with the latest technology. You can do this by even when going to computer shops and then ask those sales people about different computing devices in place, their different capabilities, the different softwares, and how it works. And by that, you can keep up with that technology, which is currently, or which is being used as at that time. Ask for them what they can recommend for you, if and especially for various tasks that you would want to accomplish. Yeah. Then number 4, watch YouTube videos of people opening their computers. Watch them as they install different RAM, that is random access memory, and replace dead hard drives to get sense of what those tasks and. Number 4, watch YouTube videos. Watch YouTube videos of people opening their computers. Watch them as they install RAM, replace dead hard drives to get sense of what these tasks entail. Listen to them as they explain and describe what they are doing. Yeah? It is for this reason I will say, if you have a friend, for example, who is a computer technician, who is a computer engineer, it is also good to take time and visit their shops. Visit the hardwares. Get to look at them as they do their work, as they format machines, as they open them. Get to look inside the machine. See the different interconnections of the devices or of the different components of the computer. You can even ask them some simple questions about interconnections, about the names of the different parts of the computers that you can see. And then again, you can also as well have a look when they are connecting them. It will enable you to see how the different components are connected, and from this you gain information on how to go about it. Number 5, open your computer after getting the basic knowledge about connections from your friends, or from reading, or from learning from your books and videos. Open your computer and locate each hardware component. Yeah? Do it by yourself. Do it yourself. You are now in a position to do it yourself. From reading the basics about connections, from looking at your friend when doing the work, then you have the basics of doing it yourself. So practice it yourself. Actually, it is advisable when you reach at this stage, you acquire just a computer. You can acquire a basic computer, then set it aside for yourself to experiment with it, It is for your experiment. It is the one you'll be connecting, disconnecting, putting it together. That is assembling and reassembling, just to get that experience, to get that knowledge with it. Because it is a computer, you are not making use of it. It is just for your own practice. This will enable you to get that information or to get that knowledge, hands-on knowledge of how to work with the computer, to work with the computer hardware, to disassemble it and assemble it back. That is to disconnect to all the devices or the available devices and connect it back to see that it is working. When confident, look inside and see how different hardware components connect to one another. Yeah. So with this information, or when you get the hands-on information on how to open the computer, how to disconnect the different parts, then you will gain that confidence and you are able to open or to disassemble the computer yourself and assemble it back. This knowledge will make you a professional. Yeah? It will make you a professional because it is something you are doing yourself. It is something you are learning by yourself and doing it yourself. Then, number 6, learn the differences in different operating systems. Operating system is the software that enables your computer hardware to work. Computers don't use, of course, petrol or diesel to work. It is run by softwares. So it is important of you to know the different softwares like Linux, like Windows, like Mac OS, like Android. Learn about them. Familiarize yourself with the different platforms about it. Get to know how Mac works, how Windows works, how different files and folders are arranged in Android, in Windows, in Mac OS, or in Linux. And this will give you that information, that knowledge of the different, softwares, and be able to work with it proficiently. Then, number 7, use every opportunity to play with the different operating systems other than the one you use. This you can find from public libraries. Yes, there are public libraries, even government libraries, or even non-governmental libraries, maybe set aside by your local MP, by your local leaders, or by an NGO from your place, So if there is such a library with books and with computers, you can go there, find out if there are different computers which have different softwares. Get to know how to use these different softwares in those computers in the public library. Yeah? Learn how to use the different softwares in the different computers. Because by yourself, you might not be in a position to afford many computers having different softwares. Maybe because of limitations of money. But because there is a library from your locality, from your community, that has different computers, make a point to visit the library. Then you make use of, at different dates, make use of different computers that have different softwares. Like for example, those using Windows operating system. Like for example, those using Macintosh operating system. Like those using Linux. Like those using Android. Then explore. Familiarize yourself. Learn what is different from the other. Because at some point when you become a professional, when you become a guru, you might get a job and then find the office that you are that you are employed, or that you get a job from, or from that online job, it specifically needs you to use this Android software to accomplish it. And this happens mostly with online jobs. Or it needs Mac OS, or it needs Windows. So if you have knowledge in this, you find yourself being very proficient in any working environment. Number 8, explore in depth the operating systems you use on your own computer. Yeah. So even that computer that you are using yourself at home or at your workplace, if it is where you are learning the computer yourself from, make sure that you explore it, look into it in depth, get to understand every detail about it, how it works. And from this, you find yourself being very professional in what you are using in every day. Just poking around and checking to view the different options will help. That is, exploring all the programs installed or the related programs in your software. It will make you to have that important knowledge in your computer, or to have that knowledge in operating system or in the softwares that are in your computer. Install new softwares, try out free softwares like Linux. Yeah. If you have the opportunity to have internet in the computer that you are using, and especially at home, or that computer that you are using, that you are learning, if you have internet, try out different softwares, maybe those which are free from the internet. Install them and try out them to see what's new in them. Because from the internet, you have the opportunity to learn what is current at a given time. Though it is very important to understand the security threats and cyber crimes which are online. You should be able to differentiate authentic softwares from those which are maybe not good, that which could contain some fraud, some viruses, some malware, are those which can be a threat to your computer softwares, or to your computer operating system, or to your working, or those which could pose a security threat to your personal data if you install them in your computer. Study programming languages such as Java, SQL, Ruby on Rails, or PHP. We also have Unix, Linux, yeah, and many others. Computer languages that you can study. Yeah. So once you get the basics on these, then venture into advanced territory. This knowledge separates casual computer users from geniuses. Get books on programming languages from beginners onwards. So, since computers work through softwares, these softwares are just but programmed. They are engineered by people like you and me. So when you get the opportunity, look into beginners books, look into online from the internet, get to study programming languages which are used to make computer software, computer operating systems, computer programs. Learn about them, learn coding. Actually, when you learn coding, you are now becoming that guru. You are now becoming that specialist. You are now becoming that engineer. Remember, you've equipped yourself with hardware knowledge. So now you are now becoming that professional. So try as much as you can to learn the coding languages, the programming languages, that which are used to make computer software, which is used to drive the computer. And now you are becoming that specialist that you are working to become when you approach that level. And when you get the basics about it, then venture into advanced territory. get into that advanced territory, get to that advanced level of programming languages, of hardware knowledge, and you now find yourself being that specialist you are looking into by yourself. Number 11, set up a network. Set up a network. Make a computer to share data and internet and do configurations. A network is a connection of two or more computers. Could be a local area. A network is a connection of computers, maybe in a room or in a certain small geographical area. Yeah? Of two or more computers connected together to share data and information. Then we have global connection of computers, yeah, which we call internet. Global connection of computers sharing data and information and sharing internet. You know, we have a local area network which could have internet, that is interconnection between them, and then we have that global. We also have metropolitan, yes, in a certain town area. Then we have global, the internet. The global, the worldwide connection of computer, that which can share data and information within them. So try and set up that small one that you have in your locality, in a room. Yeah? Do configurations so that they can be able to share data between them and information. Then from there, when you are okay with that, when you find yourself you are proficient in that, go ahead and do a bigger local area network or a metropolitan if you can. From there, try do internet configurations. That is global. Try connect global. Do configurations and see that you are able to share that data. And now you are becoming that specialist in networking, which is part of the speciality you wanted when you decided that you will learn the computers to become that guru, to become that specialist by yourself. Learn about computer security and threats to softwares. Computer security, cyber crimes. Learn cybercrime. And security is about threats that come about especially through sharing information, maybe through sharing flash disks, maybe through sharing internet or through local area networks. So get to know what threats are there by sharing devices, by sharing information, by being in the internet. Get to know about viruses and how to avoid them, maybe through antiviruses. And when you get to understand this and how to take care of yourself not to get into those threats, you are good to go. You are secure. Take caution every other time you are sharing any information, any data, and at any time when you are doing an interconnection between computers, because this sharing is what comes about with security threats to your softwares and to the information that you have in your computers, even to the hardware itself. Then number 13, network with other enthusiasts in computing. Have a community of other computer geniuses and have questions and answers. Yeah. Find for people or look for people whom you have same interests in computing or in business and computing. Exchange programs and softwares. Exchange data, exchange views, talk to them. Get to know what they know is current. Get to know of the latest technology from them. Tell them of what you know. Exchange. Do an exchange. Make that community with the people whom you have same interests. And from this, you will find yourself getting those challenges, getting challenged, or getting what you did not know, or even telling them more of what you know. And by sharing, when you share, it helps you open your mind. It helps you even get to know, have that confidence that yes, I know. Yes, I have challenged them. Yes, I've told them of a new thing that they did not understand, and I found myself understanding it better than themselves. Or maybe they have challenged me of something that I did not know, and I've gotten to know it. And by this, you become a specialist. You become very, very knowledgeable. Then number 14, commit to a lifetime learning. That becoming a computer engineer or becoming a computer genius is not an overnight thing. It takes hard work, dedication, sharp problem-solving skills, and genuine passion for information. Technology is always evolving, and so you will need to stay current. Yeah. In technology, in information communication technology, you don't sleep. You only sleep when it is necessary. Otherwise, every minute technology is evolving. We are having new technology in place, and you need to keep current. You need to be updated on that. Otherwise, you will find challenges every other day. So make sure that at least what is coming out, you have an idea about it through studying, through researching it from the internet, through getting it from your community of friends, yeah, and through practicing it, so that you have, that hands-on information and experience about it. So number 15, sharpen your Google skills. Learn how to find information. A lot of accurate information comes from Google. Read the search results thoroughly. Yeah? Google information. Look for information from the internet. Yeah? Through Google. Google provides a lot of information. Of course, it has a lot of some other unnecessary information from quacks, but you should be sharp. Approach the topic in different angles and compare the information that you get from Google. Compare the different information that you search for. You can have a certain topic, frame it in different versions, and then go to Google. Look for what the Google tells you. Search for that information even from books. Compare your information and look for the truth. Be able to analyze all the information that you get, either from Google or from books. Filter out what you find common and right about what you are searching for, so that you get the right information which is helpful to you. Fix your friends and family computers. This comes by troubleshooting. So when you get an opportunity, you have a home computer, maybe for your parents, maybe for your friends, maybe from your brothers or sister. It has a small problem. Volunteer yourself to fix it. You have this information that you have been reading around and getting from the books, as well from the internet. Apply it. Troubleshoot that problem that they are having, be it hardware or software, through volunteerism. Way before you go into charging clients to fix their computer problems, to do coding for them, do some volunteer work for your friends, for your brothers and sisters, for your parents. Yeah? troubleshoot, fix that problem for them freely. It gives you that confidence, so that when you go to that other serious client, you don't struggle to fix their issues, because you've had that previous experience of fixing your friend's computer freely. Yeah? So fix for them, troubleshoot it, research, go sort out for them. It gives you that experience. It helps in building confidence, so that you have that hands-on experience. You get that trained eye, trained experience. Some problems you even sort them by just a look, or by listening to what your clients are saying is the problem they are experiencing. A trained eye is very sharp. A trained ear is very sharp. An experienced ear is very sharp. You just listen to your clients or to your friends, family members talking of a problem that they're experiencing in their computer, hardware or software, and you can even tell them without even going to their computer what the issue is, or you can very easily fix it, whatever the problem is, it is, because you have a trained eye, you have a trained ear, you have experience, you have hands-on experience, which is very necessary, very important. So try and sort out your friends and family computer issues through volunteerism to get that hands-on experience. So number 17 is set up a test computer. Get yourself a test computer to learn with. This one I had just talked about it, that you can acquire just a simple computer that you can be using to assemble and disassemble, or rather to disassemble and assemble, so that you get hands-on experience. An experimenting computer that is not necessarily for use or for your working, but for your practice. This helps get confidence, get experience in repairing or in handling your computer hardware and software. Read articles about your topic online. Yeah? Online, as we said, is through websites, through blogs, through vlogs, through social media handles. There is a lot of information in it. And as we've said, in technology, you seldom rest. You need to keep on reading every day, learning, looking at people's Instagrams, people's Pinterests, people's blogs, people's websites, listening to people's YouTube and vlogs, researching from Google to get to know what is new. Make yourself knowledgeable in it early, before you experience a problem in it, before another technology comes out and then it becomes too much of you to learn. So be fast to learn. Be the first one to know what is out, what is new. You can even be the one to to come up with that which is new. You can be the first to create that new program in place. Maybe a mobile app, maybe a computer app, and put it out for the people to learn about it. Number 19 is watch YouTube instructional videos about your topic. In YouTube you can learn almost everything. Yeah, you can learn almost everything. With YouTube and Google, you learn almost everything. And the best thing with YouTube is that you can even get an instructional tutor, a virtual tutor like myself, a virtual tutor like me. Yeah, you can look at what the tutor is doing practically, theoretically. Look at him or her teaching, and you get to know to get all the information, almost every topic. You get plenty of tutors online for different topics, virtual tutors like myself. and you get the information that you want. You get all the information that you want. You get your own personalized tutor. In YouTube, the best thing is you can even customize your class. You can download the video and then listen to it several times to get to understand the topic well. You can even edit the video so that you slow it down, so that for every aspect that is being explained or that is being shown practically, you can see it in a slow motion for you to understand the nitty-gritties about it. That's the best thing about the videos. That is about YouTube, because it's mostly about videos, either audio videos or even visual videos, like what I'm doing. You can customize it to either be slow, or you can repeat it several times when it is on the internet or when you download it. Number 20 and the last, look into classes that focus on your topic. Don't ignore community colleges, but check on classes they offer at a cheaper rate than a university. So, because I have decided that I want to learn computers, and because I've made a decision that the classes I want in my computing is about software development. After I get to learn the basics, then focus on your topics on software development. Get to know about the coding languages available. You can capitalize on one, like Ruby's on Rails, like JavaScript or PHP. Then, for every topic that you come across on Ruby and Rails, or on JavaScript, or on PHP, because it is what you want to major in, make sure that when you hear of a topic of such being offered, either in a boot camp or in any maybe computer symposium, in a seminar, make sure you don't miss it. Whether online, whether in a community, maybe college, or maybe some computer guys visiting your area, make sure that you focus on that. Make sure that you attend that class, you attend that seminar, you attend that symposium, you attend that training, program, and get to listen to what is being offered. Most of these symposiums, most of these boot camps are free. Attend them. Check out their program. There could be something they are not offering which is related and you know it well. Volunteer to do it. Through doing it, through even teaching people about it, you get that information, you get that familiarity, you get that confidence, even to do it yourself, and for you to become a professional in it. Take online classes too for a variety of topics. YouTube is a very resourceful tool. So online classes, maybe through distance learning, maybe through YouTubing, very important. There are also these community colleges, colleges by churches, colleges by people, opened from around your locality. They are very important. They are very cheap than universities. Actually, sometimes they teach very important basics. In universities, they will assume that you know a lot, and they fail to show you the basics in computing. And you find yourself floating, not understanding what is being said or done. So don't ignore these community colleges. You can just enroll for a simple class, costing very little amount of money. Yeah. Listen to what is being taught. Yeah. If it is relevant, continue listening. Continue you know, learning from them. If not so relevant, you can ignore the class and learn by yourself. But the classes are very cheap from the community colleges, from the community computer colleges and the training institutions, and you can enroll yourself to learn from them. And this will give you a lot of information, especially on basics. They are very good information, trainings, especially on basics. And in addition to learning the computers yourself, you can just enroll if you get some little amount of money. Listen to them as they teach. You can even volunteer, to go to them. Some of them, or most of them, are by your friends. Those colleges, you can just volunteer. Go sit in a class, listen to what is being taught. Check on, look at the students as they learn and derive what you can get from them, or just give them free classes to open up your mind and to add more experience into that which you are a professional in, because it will enable you to research for that which you are going to teach, so that you are fluent, and this helps you to earn that knowledge into yourself. Yeah, very important. So those are just but some few basics, some few life skills necessary for you if you want to become a computer specialist, and especially when you want to learn by yourself, because some of us need, or they have that urge to learn computers, but they lack money, they are ignorant, they are disabled. Some of us don't know where to start from. They don't have time. But if you set just like 2 hours of your day, maybe before you sleep, if you are busy during the day, learn something small about computing by yourself. You can become a professional by learning it yourself, by doing it yourself. It is a very important life skill. It is a very important aspect, because almost every company, almost every institution, even in our daily lives, we need those technological knowledge to be able to survive the day, by using this knowledge, by applying this knowledge in our daily activities, in our daily endeavor. And it is very important to know how you can acquire the knowledge by yourself, or by even attending a class somewhere. So thank you for listening. I welcome you to another class, some other day, some other time. We are constantly and regularly uploading videos about life skills, about technology, about adventure, about normal life experiences and life, normal life, experiences. And I welcome you to join our courses by subscribing to our channel, by liking our channel, by sharing our channel to your social platforms, maybe through the social media, maybe by telling a friend, maybe by inviting a friend, maybe by buying or by joining our share classes, so that you'll be part of us. So I welcome you to subscribe. I welcome you to share, to like our channel. I welcome you to share our channel. Please subscribe and be part of us. Get knowledge about the life skills, life experiences, life, life skill, basics that you may not be knowing, or that you might be ignoring. And maybe by listening to our class and practicing what we teach, you become a professional. You just become efficient and proficient in carrying out different tasks by just applying the basic knowledge that we are teaching about, or that we are sensitizing people about from this our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our videos, subscribe to the channel, and be the first to know. Thank you.